I'm going to tell you 11 mistakes you should be aware of while investing in rental properties. Hi everyone, I'm Lady from Lady and Jackhammer, and today I'm going to tell you about all the possible mistakes in buying homes. Well, not all of them, but 11 of them. So I bought so many rental properties and I've made those mistakes. And believe me, it hurts. So let me save you some grief and prevent you from doing those mistakes as well. Especially if you're like me and you're investing long distance, meaning investing in a city that you don't actually live in and that you don't really know it all that well. Let's begin. Mistake number 1. No info cross-reference. While you research the area you want to invest in and you try to determine where are the areas you want to be in and also where are the high crime areas and the low income areas in the city, the worst thing is to count on only one source of information and not to check for other opinions. Because let's say one realtor can tell you that this particular area is okay, in his opinion, for any reason there may be. But then you speak to another realtor and a property management company and they tell you, this is a high crime area and we don't really recommend it. So the best practice is to cross-reference the information you're getting about the different areas in the city you are going to invest in. Mistake number 2. Not getting a home inspection. So while you're buying a property on the MLS, requesting for an inspection period is pretty standard and it's even a part of the standard purchase agreement of every state. I think. I know purchase agreements from 7 states and I saw this clause in each one. So, especially while buying your first rental properties, I really do recommend to do an inspection. First of all, it can teach you a lot about the state of the house and what kind of repairs houses require. Second of all, as a newbie, you don't want to buy a house with, let's say, a huge foundation issue and pay a lot of money for it. An inspection can prevent that and help you walk away from a house that might cause you a lot of issues. When you're a seasoned investor and you've got a few rehabs under your belt and you know how to run your numbers even with unexpected items, then perhaps you no longer need an inspection, although every time I can have an inspection, I always have one. Another thing that I just have to tell you is that there are times that there is no time for an inspection. Like for example, when you're buying from a wholesaler. Wholesalers, which are off-market deals, usually don't give you any time for inspection. They only say, if you want the house, put non-refundable earnest money. Some of them are refundables, but a lot of wholesalers work with non-refundable earnest money, so pay attention to that. And unless you're not putting this earnest money with the wholesaler, you don't actually lock the deal and you might lose it to another investor. So in this case, when I work off market, I send my contractor over there to tell me about all the issues he can find and I'm hoping for the best. Mistake number 3. Not knowing your property taxes. Yes, I know there are property tax indication on sites like Zillow and Redfin and other places. But at times these numbers are not correct. Hence you cannot fully rely on this information. The best way to check on property tax for a specific property is by looking for it on the county site. I mean, you don't want to realize too late that your property tax is actually $2,500 while you thought by mistake that it's $1,500. Mistake number 4. Not taking action while your property is vacant for more than 3 weeks. Do not be complacent when it comes to vacancy in your rental property. If it's empty for 3 weeks or more, take action. Check where it is marketed in case you're working with a management company like myself, and try to post it in other places as well in case they were missed. Also, try Section 8 tenants if you're okay with it, and give discounts on the first month's rent for potential renters. Another very important thing is to collect feedback from all those who visited the property but didn't apply for it, because you want to understand why they didn't apply and why they didn't want to live there. Maybe there is something fundamental that there is disturbing in this house, and this will be your opportunity to be aware of it and fix it. By the way, if you're enjoying this video so far, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more awesome information about real estate. Now, moving on to mistake number 5. Number 5. No proper tenant screening. Whether you do it on your own or you use a management company, make sure that potential tenants are properly screened, meaning check for criminal record, check for eviction in the past 5 to 3 years, check their credit score, talk to previous landlords and understand what kind of tenant are they. And probably most important is to validate if they can actually pay the rent rate at your place. Check whether their paycheck is 3 times the rent amount. Mistake number 6. Check the eviction laws in the state you're investing in or you're about to invest in. So if your investing strategy is buy and hold, in that case, as an investor, you probably want to be in a landlord-friendly state, so in case you have a non-paying tenant, you can at least evict them pretty quickly and pretty easily and recover your lost months of rent. Now, how to check it? It's fairly easy. You just type in Google, for example, eviction laws in Indiana. I know, Indiana is the best place on earth to live in. I know, but you can also do it for California or Washington or any state you choose to invest in. Mistake number 7. Not checking your management company. Now, this is a big thing. I cannot stress it enough. Even the best property will not cash flow with a lousy management company. So what you should do? Get few recommendations from other investors in your area for management companies that they work with. Interview every management company you think about working with, so you know exactly their fees, the way they work, the way they handle themselves with tenants, how they operate, about all the maintenance, etc. I mean, there are a lot to know. I actually have a checklist with 37 questions for management company that covers almost everything there is to know. And if you're interested in the checklist, please comment below and I'll make this video just for you. Mistake number 8. Not taking into account all the numbers while calculating your ROI, return on investment. For example, the basic ones are insurance, property taxes, and monthly management fees. But you cannot ignore other things like vacancy rate. I usually put in my calculator 8%, which is 1 month. Maintenance, which can be 5 to 10% a year, and of course, CapEx, which are big items that eventually will need to be repaired or replaced, like roof, HVAC, water heater, and etc., etc. And don't forget the interest that you're paying every month, in case you're not buying with cash. Mistake number 9. While buying a small multifamily, not checking who's paying for utilities. Okay, so if you want to buy a small multifamily, and when I say small, I mean up to 4 doors, because they are still considered as residentials, you have to make sure and check who pays for utilities, the tenant or the landlord. For example, in case the water meter is not separated, then the landlord pays the water bill for all the units. And this kind of thing really affects your ROI. So you should know it before you buy the property. The same thing goes for electricity and all other types of bills there are. Also, in a multifamily, unlike single family that the tenants usually take care of their lawn by themselves, in a multifamily, the landlord might be the one that needs to take care of the lawn, and it costs extra, especially in a state where there's a lot of rain. Okay, guys and girls, we're almost done. Mistake number 10. Getting a quote from only one GC. Okay, so a GC is a general contractor. Okay, in case you need to do a rehab on the rental property that you just bought, try and get few quotes from few GCs because the prices can vary a lot. Also, quality can vary. I had times that for the same work, the same project, I've received a quote for 15,000 and of 4,000. So, you see, this is a really good idea not to jump on the first person that came to see the house because it seemed nice and reliable, but he also might overprice us. So the best practice is to get few opinions from few GCs. Mistake number 11. To trust and not to verify the contractor you work with. So this is a really big mistake to let your contractor do the rehab work without any kind of supervision and paying him just when he asks for it. Best practice is to send your realtor or an inspector to take pictures and to check that items were really done, and then pay your contractor for the next items on the list. Of course, we want to trust the people we work with and to believe that everyone are basically good and honest. But the ugly truth is that not everyone has integrity. Hence, it is your responsibility as an investor to verify the people you work with. We're done. If you want to know more about the good and the bad of real estate investing, please make sure to subscribe and click that bell icon. Also, please like or comment on this video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.